Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will call the January 20th meeting of the Common Council to order, and I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Haas.
Here.
Halverson.
Here.
Keen. Here. Novak.
Here.
Noling. Here. Roach.
Here.
Turner.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Grisham.
Here.
Grobe.
Here.
10 present.
We have a quorum. Please rise if you are able and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led this evening by Alderman Haas. Thank you. We will move to Part D of our agenda, public hearings. We have one item for public hearing this evening, and I will ask the clerk to read that out.
Conditional use permit for First Spiritualist Church of West Allis, a proposed religious institution use at 8603 West Greenfield Avenue.
Thank you, and I'll turn it over to staff. Mr. Scher.
Thanks, Mayor. First hearing this evening is for a church. This is a small church, small congregation, about 10 persons, within about 530 square feet at 8603 Greenfield Avenue. This is a look of the building. It's across the street from, to the east is Mamma Mia's, and then to the north is the Riviera bowling alley. But there was, the building is comprised of 2 commercial tenant spaces on the ground floor, and then another 2 apartments behind those commercial spaces, and upstairs there's 4 apartment buildings. The subject this evening is the tenant space on the west side of the building, west of that doorway with the red box around it. And this property is zoned C2 commercial. It was previously a retail use. It is a mixed-use building with residential. The hours of the proposed use for the church are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then and there will also be Sundays. And then scope of operations, there will be office work, board, pastoral meetings, some educational and fellowship classes within the building. The church services are 6 to 7 p.m. Wednesdays, fundraisers. They'll feature fundraisers, spiritual events, fellowship activities on the weekends. The congregation consists, again, of a very small 10-person group. The building area is about 7,700 square feet. And then, as indicated, mixed use with the retail and apartments. Those will be converted to the worship area, and then some internal improvements with the basically closing off a wall area. That area that's circled in red will be closed off and drywalled, and then additionally the ceilings will be drywalled to create a proper fire separation for the new assembly area, the church area. The property does not have off-street parking. There is a small one-stall space behind the building for a dumpster corral and ingress and egress from the building for people, but otherwise we'll rely upon street parking as it has historically. So Plan Commission has reviewed this and recommended approval. We've received no objections to date. There were some minor conditions of approval, including council, well, that's not minor, council approval. But the signage and lighting, that was the other condition that was applied by Plan Commission. So thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, Mr. Scher. Are there any questions from the members of the council?
Mayor Devine.
All at once, please.
Okay, let's do it again.
Mayor Devine.
I'll start with Alderwoman Keene because she's closer to me and she could hit me if she needs to.
So are they looking to purchase the whole building?
They'll just be leasing a space, a ground floor space in that west tenant space.
And you said that there are Sunday hours, there aren't Sunday hours?
There will be weekend, primarily Sundays, but not ruling out Saturdays, Sundays. Very limited, but throughout the week they do have some service within the building. The church services will be on the weekends.
And they plan to, it's a 10-person congregation, do they plan to grow their congregation?
Not so much, no. This is a very small, there's a board of trustees and some members, but it's very small. It's really not expected to grow much larger. The space is really only a very small, 550 square feet at best. So if they're gonna grow, they're gonna need to find another space to lease or own.
Okay, and then they're signing, do you know how long the lease agreement is with the landlord?
I don't know that offhand, but I could certainly find out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who else had questions? I heard Alderman Rote. Was there somebody else?
These chairs have wheels I can move and get.
That's why we have the clerk to run interference. Was answered? Okay, thank you. Any other questions from the council?
Mayor Devine.
Alderwoman Grisham?
First Spiritualist Church of West Allis, are they relocating from a different location in West Allis, or are they just establishing now?
I'm not aware if they're relocating from another place in West Allis, but
Okay, because I'm just looking here, and it says First Spiritualist Church of West Allis on here, but when I Googled it, it said 1717 North 73rd Street as well. So I'm just curious. That's what comes up
okay.
as a Wauwatosa location.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the council? If not, are there any questions on this public hearing from the members of the audience? Seeing none, we will close our one and only public hearing. I'm sorry. Oh, you can, I'm sorry, I didn't see. If you wish to speak, please come up to the microphone and push the button to activate the microphone, and then please give us your name and address.
Erica Shad, 1524 South 81st Street, West Allis, Wisconsin, 53214. I'm actually the president of West Allis, so I can answer your questions. So yes, we originally have been in West Allis. We were renting a space at the Unity Center in Wauwatosa briefly for a year, and that's why you're getting that in Google search. The lease is for 2 years.
Thanks very much. Any other questions from the members of the audience? All right, now we will close our public hearing and we will move on to Part E, presentations, and I'll turn it over to the clerk.
Presentation of updated draft documents establishing joint fire department between West Allis and Wauwatosa.
Thank you. Decker.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll handle it for tonight. This item has come before the council numerous times. We're bringing it up an update to you right now. There's no slides or anything like that, so I was just going to go over it. The documents were attached to this presentation, so if you want to review them, you can do so at that time. I'll just highlight the changes from what was presented in December. As I worked through this with the City of Wauwatosa's attorney and with staff from both communities, there are 6 things that substantively changed since December. One of them, very exciting, is the name. So the proposed name for the joint department is the Milwaukee Metro Fire Rescue Corporation. That was a process by which the 2 fire departments worked together to come up with that name, with pretty heavy and significant interest involvement from the both fire unions. So that name has been added to all the documents. Also, the way that payments were calculated were changed slightly so that it's really based upon the previous year's payment from each municipality, not necessarily establishing the budget and then dividing down the middle. We found that that might create inequity between the 2 communities because of the way that the tax levies fund it. Plus, it makes it way more predictable moving forward to just say, what did you pay last year? All right, we adjust it based on what you paid last year. So for budgeting reasons, and since we're under a tax levy limit, that makes the most sense. Previous expenses and income is attributed to each city, not until the day of transfer, but until the day that the staffing contracts end, because we are going to be using our current fire departments to staff this joint department starting April 27th, if they are both approved by both communities. And it's likely that we won't have employees for the joint department until 1/1 of 2027. That's to ensure eligibility for the grant. So just wanted to clarify that. Invoice timing was adjusted so that the finance departments are happy. And then this idea of an equity contribution, since it's a brand new entity, it needs to be funded with some working capital. So each community was proposed to submit a sizable equity payment. That's more of a deposit that each community would get back in the future. If either department or either city wanted to back out of the agreement after the first 10 years, you would get only a portion of that equity payment back, only 50% back. That encourages both communities to stay in the joint department and ensures that the other department who does not want to back out of the agreement gets their full amount back, and the other one does not, creating a surplus for the purpose of transitioning back to two separate departments in the future, should that happen. And then also the estimated grant amounts were added. That was just based upon the 2025 numbers that we got from the McMahon and Associates report. So right now, the estimated grant amounts are based upon expenses from each department. You'll see, let's see, I'll bring them up. Right now, Wauwatosa would be estimated to get $4.37 million per year for 5 years. West Allis would get $4.22 million per year for 5 years. If you don't has, that number is likely going to go up because it does not include certain expenses that were included in the McMahon and Associates report. It does not include anything like building use or vehicle cost or anything like that. So I expect those numbers to increase. Any questions on this update? Otherwise, if none, then this item will come back before you likely if an update is needed, otherwise on February 24th.
Thank you, Attorney Decker. Any questions from the council? All right. Thank you very much. And we will move on to public participation. This is where the council can receive information from members of the public during this 30-minute period of our agenda. We again ask each speaker to announce their name and address, sign in at the podium, and please limit your comments to one statement of no more than 5 minutes. Just to be clear, the council cannot take action on topics raised by the speakers, and we cannot get into discussions on the topics raised by the speakers. Does anybody wish to address the council under public participation this evening? I'm being very cautious because I missed somebody last time. So I do not see anybody. So we will close public participation and we will move on to item G. Our standing committees will be meeting during our recess tonight. Those room numbers are listed on the top of page 2 on your agendas. But if you are here for a specific item, whether it be a license or a permit or some business with the city, and if you're not sure what room to go to when we break for recess, please stop one of us and ask, and we will make sure to get you into the right place. Moving on to item H, no, I do not have a mayor's report this evening, so we'll go right to item I. Do we have any reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine,
Alderman Hops.
I move for approval of the minutes of the December 9th, 2025 council meeting.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. If there are no corrections or changes, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. We'll move on to K, standing committee reports. Alderman Haas, would you like to make a motion on the committee of the whole action?
Yes, I move for approval of item 4. It was approved by the committee of the whole in a 8-2 vote.
All right, is there a
Approval of NNS Towing as our primary contractor, to be clear.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? If not, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Haas,
Aye.
Halverson,
Aye.
Keen,
Aye.
Novak,
No.
Noling, Rote,
Aye.
Turner, Weigel,
Aye.
Grisham,
No.
Grobe,
Aye.
8 in favor, 2 opposed.
Motion carries. We'll move on to item, Public Works Committee. There is item 5. Do we want to?
Oh, yes, it's for pulling it out to the,
Do you want to send it to committee?
yeah.
Okay. Very good. So moved. And then item L will be our consent agenda. I believe we have at least one separate action item.
Right, Mayor Devine, thank you. Yeah, there's been a request for separate action on item 25, that item 25 be referred to the Public Works Committee. Do any council members have any other requests for changes on our consent agenda? And then, Mayor Devine, I move for approval of the consent agenda minus item 25.
Second.
There is a motion and a second by Alderwoman Keene. If there is no other discussion, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Haas,
Aye.
Halverson,
Aye.
Keen, Novak,
Aye.
Noling, Rote,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Weigel,
Aye.
Grisham, Grobe,
Aye.
10 in favor, 0 opposed.
Motion carries.
Mayor Devine, do we need to act on item 25 to refer it to committee? Or did we just do that?
Yeah,
There's Kale talking.
I think I just did it when I said so moved.
Yeah, they can be referred without objection, so if the chair wants to refer any item, you can do so upon consent. So no need to take a separate vote unless there's an objection.
Does anybody object? Good, good. All right. Then we're done with that one for now. And I believe we are to recess. It's a lot of.
Mayor Devine,
On page 10. Yeah. Alderman Haas.
I still haven't gotten there. I move that the council stand in recess until the conclusion of our committee meetings.
Second.
There's a motion and a second by Alderwoman Grisham. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are in recess. Good evening. We will call the Common Council back from recess, back to order. I will ask the clerk to call the roll when she's ready.
Alderperson Haas,
Here.
Halverson.
Here.
Keen,
Here.
Novak. Here. Rote.
Here.
Turner.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Grisham.
Here.
Grope. Here. 10 present.
All right, we still have 10, and that is a quorum, so we will begin the Public Works Committee. When you're ready,
The
Madam Clerk.
Public Works Committee recommends adoption of items 5, 25, and 55.
Mayor Devine, I move in accordance of the committee report.
Thank you, Alderman Rote. Is there any discussion? If not, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderperson Haas.
Aye.
Halverson. Keen.
Aye.
Novak.
Aye.
Nolan. Rote.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Grisham.
Aye.
Grope. Aye. 10 in favor, 0 opposed.
Motion carries. And then we will move to the Economic Development.
The Economic Development Committee recommends, hold on. Holding of item 58 until the February 10th meeting, granting of item 59, and adoption of items 60 and 62.
Mayor Devine, I move in accordance with the committee report.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the Economic Development Committee report? Hearing none, I will ask the clerk to call the roll.
Alderpersons Haas.
Aye.
Halverson.
Aye.
Keen.
Aye.
Novak.
Aye.
Nolan. Rote.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Weigel.
Aye.
Grisham.
Aye.
Aye. 10 in favor, 0 opposed.
Motion carries. And then the Public Safety Committee.
The Public Safety Committee recommends granting of items 63, 64, and also 65.
Mayor Devine, I move for approval of the Public Safety Committee report.
Thank you. Any discussion, questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The item is approved.
Mayor Devine,
Alderman.
I move that we adjourn until our next scheduled meeting, Tuesday, February 10th, 2026.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.